Hey, morning, Alex here. Wednesday, the 1st of Finch Punt, first day of the month. And it's Queen's Jubilee this weekend here in the UK, so everyone's getting prepped for that, importantly. This morning, I'm not sure quite what I want to do. I think before I jump into any kind of uh, tracks in progress or anything like this, this was just a little idea that I had the other day, and I am just gonna kind of record a quick splurge with this before I start. So, hey Blake Town. Cool. A silly little idea there that had been like floating around in my head to use that sample from Sexy Beast, which is a really good film with Ray Winston and Ben Kingsley. If you've seen it, I would recommend. And I kind of envisage this Balearic acid. So I'm probably going to add some 303 in that if I take that forward. I've got the 303 here, but I don't really want to get into that this morning. So yeah, I thought it'd be quite funny. I think it just some I'll often just sit down. Every time I sit down, I kind of am inspired to write music. I get inspired sitting down to do it. But sometimes these ideas come to me, like Ray Winston saying the calamari. I thought it can make like quite a kind of good, yeah, Balearic house Ibiza chill acid thing. So, and I was kind of imagining something with all the classic sounds of that, like rave pianos and 303 and stuff. Cool. So just export that. That's a little quick splurge done there. Jump into some other stuff. So I think this morning I've got quite a few options. I've got a couple of ideas that are in Discover, and I kind of just diaried those on a bit. I think I made some notes in a listening session at work, so I might see if I can do anything with those. My stream health is awful at the moment, so I'm a bit grainy. Let's give these a listen. They were 1,000 mistakes. Let's give this a listen. See if I work on this. Okay, so I have written some notes on that. Try faster tempo. This was last week. I've made these. Try a faster tempo. Make the lead melody focus with counterpoint. Dig into a break. Make frenetic choppage. Chords start with these. So, not sure if I'm going to do that now. I'm going to listen to the second one that I'd put in kind of discovery. So, Ali, I'll just kind of like address your question. Yeah, who hasn't joined? Like I'm still very much consider myself in that camp. Things. I would say that. I mean, it really is like it's a multitude of things that often feed into one not being able to finish stuff. Hey, Baldwin. It can be that. So the way I work is I have kind of sessions where I just have like ideation, if you want, and I make loads and loads of ideas, and then I don't listen to those for 7 days. As everyone who watches my stream regularly will know that that's not my idea originally, and that's something that's taken from Mike Monday's production stuff online, and it's definitely worth checking out. I'm always shouting out how good his material is. But so I think over listening can often kill a track, and that can sometimes be why you end up with all of these unfinished ideas. But also, part of the creative process is that you don't finish everything. Like I make like 5 times, 6 times more music than I could ever finish. You know, I've got like close to 1,000 things in my sketchbook just in Trello, that I've not done anything with. You know, and of those, like very few, like less than 1%, probably like 0.1%, have made it into being released somewhere, be it self-released or be it someone else has released it. And this I've been doing for the past 2 years, you know, so consistently. So I would say, but say you do have an unfinished idea. I mean, this could be quite fun today, couldn't it? Maybe this could be fun today for me to do that. Let's just pick an old idea that I've sketchbooked, right? I've got this lucky dip button that just picks a random splurge. Yoga bass, okay. 2019. Let's see if I can find it. Probably on Dropbox. Yellow is bookmark. Red is discover. You don't even really need the red, to be honest, because when it's like purple is I can listen to it. Orange is draft. So there's labeling for each column. And once it gets to done, it gets a green thing. The green thing sticks even if you move it over here. So there's things that might be bookmarked. So yoga bass. I don't know if that was bookmarked before I did that. Not. This is a good question from Ali, or it's helpful for you to pose it today. Right, I didn't want to do that. Right. Because I don't. Oh, it's because I've been on a blooming Windows machine. I keep doing copy wrong. Okay. So let's see if I can find the session. Okay. So we should give it a listen. Yoga bass. That's annoying. Just why don't you just play it? Okay. No idea. I've got no memory of this pit track. I remember the title, but. Yeah, I think we probably get the idea of that. Yeah, Baldwin, it does sound like that. So, like, I think this was at a time where I was obsessed with, like, I was really into like the analog stuff, and I was like, that's kind of all I wanted to. Oh, particularly one track, and I can't remember what it's called. So I didn't work. I made this and then didn't work it. So let's see if we can download it and get that working. So hearing that back, I've got the 303 here, and I didn't have that then. So I was chatting to a student about this, Ali, addressing your point, that, you know, to me, when I listen back to old ideas, I'm immediately kind of getting ideas as to what I want to try with any kind of piece of music, especially if it's something that I'm thinking, this still feels like there's more to explore with this track. Like, I get to the point where I'm like, no, I think all the ideas are kind of there, and I've explored everything, and it's getting to the end of kind of me being into it at this point. So, but all these things are kind of habitual to me now, and I don't even necessarily have to explain my thinking. I try to do that in these videos so that people can kind of see what the process is like for me. But in that, I'm hearing there's like a break that I've obviously got in some like Nedit device or something like that that's doing loads of generative madness. I've got this kind of repetitive bass line that's pretty cool, and I'm kind of feeling like that could be something I could dig into. I think I could make the easy decision of scrapping those. I like the kind of halftime feel. So I might keep the half. I'm now just going to literally write notes about things that I could try on this really old idea. So I think there's the notion that, like, if you didn't finish it, it's a failure, which is not the way to think about anything you do musically. If you didn't finish it, you just didn't know what to do with it at that point. So don't be too hard on yourself about any of it. Okay, yoga bass. Will this open? So I'm going to re-record. I'm going to record 303 clone with bass MIDI. Hopefully I've recorded that. Hopefully this works, otherwise it's kind of a redundant point. So I also, and like in that, I'm going to just try an atmosphere, try a pad, try atmosphere. I'm going to try a break, and I'm going to try a drum machine. And that'll do. That'll do. Just a few points, few select ideas to try. Then I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to export the idea, and I'm going to listen back in 7 days and see what I make of it. See if I've been able to do anything interesting with it. I've got the original audio, so I know what it sounds like. This might have quite a big template set of loads of stuff going on in it. My stream health is not very good this morning, so I'm sorry if that's very frustrating. I don't understand it. I'm on the LAN and everything. Yeah, keep halftime. Re-record 303 clone with bass MIDI. Try an atmosphere / pad. These are just things to try as well with your unfinished idea. You know, you can literally. Okay, that's fine. Crap anyway. It's literally just a few you've got a few ideas for stuff that you could try. Okay, right. So this looks like my old template set, and there's probably loads of stuff that's like not needed in here. So we've got this kind of ordered this right with loads of these rotating rhythm generators. Okay, so I'm just going to get rid of it. I'm going to save it. Save live set as. Quite good that it loaded actually, apart from. So I haven't worked on this in 2 years, 3 years. A long time. 22, 06, 01. So like your unfinished tracks are like full of potential as to what you can do with them. And I think it's sometimes like there's so many things that feed into this, and it's a bit like what is every possible option for every possible musical track that's ever been written, and it's just impossible. It's so subjective to the material as to how you might finish ideas. But the making lists, leaving it 7 days, not over listening, like over listening will kill your song dead before you've even like. Okay, I quite like that blissed beat. I've probably put that in here, and then edits. Gonna get rid of these. Not gonna use those today. You. Gonna get rid of tracks. Keep the MIDI. I had this quite elaborate template set where you could record the sends and you record everything was set up really to be really tight and so I've got my little 303 in here. See if we can get this working. But it's not mine, it's an alias's. Just literally keeping that baseline idea, you know, something to kind of and that beat. Try some stuff with the MIDI, shall we? See if legato. So you've got all these kind of notes that are happening at I don't know if this will. How have I done that? It's just with the rotating rhythm generator. Is it this one? And is there a chord progression? There is. Okay, this is quite cool. Yeah, the rotating rhythm generator is a really cool way of like. Maybe we'll see if we can copy this over, get it working the original. I've got the TD3, Ali, just the Behringer TD3, and it's really, I really like it. It's great. I've got 2 of them actually. Well, one is a loan and one is one that I've bought. This could be a terrible like failure. What's was like going here or something. If not, I'll continue with the existing. It might be that I turned all this stuff off. I mean, if there's not like, as well, I think the thing is nothing. It's like, you don't have to. You just have to try and move it on, and if it doesn't work and you listen back to it and you're like, I don't like it, then you can just put it back in your sketchbook again or in your rolled. Yeah. Cool. That sounds pretty good to me already. I just think we need some light effects on it. Let's just. I'm gonna put get a. So I'll probably just record another little splurge of this, just like the same idea, just re-record it. I think I'll just leave that break as it is. It's out of time at the moment, but I'm gonna can live with that. It's so out of time. That sounds pretty sick. Might just add in a break from mine. Oh, let's just program one in, shall we? And go for it. I recently kind of put a fives on Patreon. Lovely track. So this is just an old idea, that we're working with, that I've kind of written some notes about, and I'm trying to kind of just written some ideas, and we're just going to try and make them work. And I'm going to try the half. Maybe we could like invert the chords or something. I'm just going to program something in on wavetable. Let's just like make a pad. We're in C minor. That could be fun. I might go bandpass. I've got sweeping bandpass or something. Frequency, matrix. LFO going a bit slower than that. And retrigger off. Unison on, shimmer. Lower. Quite as much as that. Or a notch. Have that going faster. Like that. Bit fast, isn't it? Let's maybe make this move as well. See. Got a better sound. I'm just going to pull in another little filter on this as well. And filter to just filter off the top. Maybe we could band past this. Could be cool. We could use the MIDI from the external instrument. Yeah. Well, why don't we duplicate this and do the same? So we're going to use the MIDI, but we'll maybe have a chord. So I don't know if this is like necessarily answering your question directly, Ali, but I think it probably demonstrates that, like, I think just try it. Just try anything with your old ideas sometimes, you know, and you don't have to keep everything that you're hearing in any given one project, you know, you can just you can just take the bits you like. You can almost use it, like, think of it almost like a sample, you know, your own sample library. Right, scale. I know we're in C minor. Got a little triad there. So I'm pulling in some of my page magic. I'm just putting in, like, stuff I've built up over time, and I'm going to record another jam with this, you know. So I feel like I need to get my my bloody controller. I feel like I could probably record a take with this. Will my mic stretch? I don't know if I get it. I'm just going to unplug my mic. Sorry. Mute myself. Yes. There we go. Back. Because I want to record a take with this and use the volumes and stuff. So this is yeah. Okay, this might affect all the volumes of stuff, so let's just. Okay. We good? Yeah, because then I've got 4 and 5. Got my thing here. I've got 4 and 5 that I can use to control the volumes of the the MIDI bits, so I can fade those in and out. one more thing, and then I think I'll just do a take with it. So yeah, old idea that we just pulled in. Name my stream quality is for this one. This is a good stream. It should be better. Thing. I'm just going to plow on. Let's record that then. That's feeling good. So I'm just going to add in some bits through. I'm going to record the 808, record the wavetables, and that'll do. So now I'm going to just name up these 303, wave 1. Go in here. Select the audio from the external instrument. The audio from 4, from 5. Select arm them all to record, and I'm just going to make sure I've got the sends matched like that, so that when the audio is in here, it's the same. Okay. And now I'm just going to record a take. Down. Yeah, cool. So that's just that's recording the that's recording just like the rotating rhythm generator, just generating these notes. And I guess I've done it in C minor. So that could be a cool way to start. And I just want to get this techno thing, just to have maybe just have the clap or something. I want to record, that should record the MIDI, it's fine, yeah. Maybe try and sort that latency out a bit. Okay, that'll do. Try again. Okay, good. I recorded all that. There we go. So that's yeah, that felt pretty banging actually. That was good. All from kind of an old idea. We've got all the audio there as well from these parts. So now I just need to turn all these off. Yeah, thanks, Baldwin. That was pretty cool. I mean, it's like, you know, it just sounds like Analord, doesn't it? Really, something like that. How to make Analord in Ableton Live. So I'll just make sure I've got I'll make sure I've got the 303 sync now, like nice and tight. Go right in and just make sure. So this is slightly ahead. So I'll just pull it like that. Just do it by eye. Nice. Might just like turn it all down a bit. I mean, you could probably just like put that out as it is, you know. I don't want the techno kit. Yeah, you could probably put a tiny bit of reverb, even like this is almost like just mastering, cheeky, quick mastering. A tiny bit of like a room. Why haven't you just got like just a straight room, just a room? Ableton Canteen, classic room. So really short though, like 1 second. Is that 1 second? What am I doing? Cool. Right. I mean that that's probably like a mastered track, isn't it? Because it was like, so I'll export that now and export that yoga bass, and that it's in Discover. Okay, we'll just put it in Discover. Got the date there. Safari, hello board. So, like that was kind of Ali's question that spurred that on at the very beginning. Like, essentially, I took the kind of chord changes in that original bass, along with the idea of the rhythm rotators. But hopefully I'm right. And I kind of I use that as a kind of creative lever to do. I mean, essentially, it sounds probably like tracks I've written before, but like that's fine. It's fine. It's fine to repeat yourself. It's fine to do stuff that's a bit derivative. You know, like not every track has to be every possible thing. You know, and it's fine to just write an acid track like that, 170 silly acid track like that. Um, and that's taken an old idea that I've not listened to in like more than in almost 2 years. Is that right? Yeah, longer, 3 years. And I've brought it back to life really, just by taking that kind of so I think maybe Ali, go through some of those old unfinished ideas, listen to them. The thing is, I have the bounce of all my projects, and this is why it's really important to export your session. And I don't see enough people doing this ever, and it kind of like it's so crucial because otherwise I'd have to open the project, listen back to it. I probably wouldn't give it a full objective listen because I'd start tinkering and looking at other stuff before. Whereas this way I'm able to fully listen to the music, and I made some notes, some pretty obvious like notes for the kind of genre that I was hearing, and and then we did them, and we've got like a jam. We've got like a track, like a mastered, a quickly mastered track that I could probably chuck on SoundCloud or something like that now. So I will put a checklist. So I think it's the exporting, like all these if these unfinished ideas are all just projects, you've got to open them up, and you can't remember what they sound like. Whereas I could just find the export of that and hear the track straight away. So start exporting your tracks and start saving your sessions. Like the aim of every session is to export the work you've done. That's how I see it. I always export something now, always. And so I build up these. I've got bounces of everything I do. Like I'm bouncing this one as well. I wouldn't just save that and work on it again. So export, export, export. And just over an hour, we got an old idea, as well as I did another little splurge on stream. We got an old idea, we chucked it in. Um, you got something there. So yeah, there's I think you're not alone in finishing tracks because everyone struggles with that throughout like every producer at any level struggles with stuff. Any artist, it's probably because I think it's like I think about this a lot, and I think it's just an impossible concept because nothing in life is finished ever, apart from maybe death when you die, and then things are finished. But are they? Are they really? Like your kind of material gets recycled back into the earth, and you're reassimilated into something new. I'm not talking about reincarnation or anything, but like nothing is ever finished. No music is ever finished because you could always do stuff to it. It's just like it's an impossible concept, and that's probably why people struggle with it. Actually, like you have to almost that forget that idea. Think of a new way of what finished music is to you. To me, it's kind of like it's taken as far as possible. that isn't finished though, because I could always leave it a few years and come back to it and change it. And I do listen to my old tunes and think, I reckon I could do that so much better now. But that's life and progressing as an artist. No, it's that's part of the process. You're supposed to improve, otherwise, like, well, it would just be boring, wouldn't it? Um, so I think perhaps the easiest fix there is change your concept of what finished means in terms of music. Maybe all those ideas are finished. Maybe that's as far as you can take them. Um, of course, the finishing point is something you decide on. When you get there, you know, but you can never kind of visualize it or even like conceptualize it before you're there. Like it's almost like an instinct that you develop where you think, I've taken this far enough now, and I know if I work on it more, it's gonna be diminishing returns. I'm gonna have to be putting more time in to get smaller returns. So yeah, I hope that those are some concepts that help. I'd go through them. I'd make notes, and I'd do the 7 day process, 7 day rinse and repeat. Listen back to it after 7 day. Over listening will kill your ideas and bounce everything, because then you don't have to go into the session, open it all up, wait for it to load. Then you look at like immediately, you're like, what's this? What's this? What's that noise? What's that noise? Whereas like if I'm just sat here listening to it, I'm focused on the music completely. I'm not worried about what Ableton's doing. You know. Cool. Yeah. All right then. I'm probably gonna call it a day there. I've got a crack on. But yeah, I hope. Thank you for the kind of creative lever there, Ali. Um, you know, yeah, appreciate it too. Something I want. I think I'll do more of those. Just working on random old tunes like that. Yeah. Well, thanks everyone who checked in. I'd like to thank my patrons. If you've made it to the end of the video and you want to find out more about supporting the channel, everything's in the description. Patreon, Spotify, everywhere you can buy my music. Contact me for tuition. Yada yada. I will probably be on in the next few days. Haha. Thanks, Baldwin. Yeah, it's a good way to start the day for me. I find, I feel like I've done the most important task for the day, aside from taking my kids to school, looking after my kids and stuff, is the creative session. Yeah, cool. All right, guys. Well, I'll yeah. Thanks very much, and I'll see you around. Cheers.